Hello everyone, welcome to Cherish Yoga. Today we are doing yoga for osteoporosis or osteopenia, or even if you don't have those but you want to try to prevent them, this is the perfect yoga practice for you. So you will need some kind of weights. If you have weights at home, you can grab those. You can use some cans, you can use some water bottles, whatever it is that you might have at your house that you can use. Feel free to grab those. And then we will be using a chair to stabilize ourselves and later on to stretch. And then if you do have some kind of a towel, like a kitchen towel or a hand towel or something handy you can grab, go ahead and grab all of that and then come on back and we'll get started. So you may have noticed something a little bit different today. I am standing rather than sitting. So whenever we're working with osteoporosis or osteopenia, again, we have weak, brittle bones. We want to try to do as much weight-bearing work as we can. So we're standing instead of sitting, because weight-bearing is whenever we have to hold ourselves up against gravity. Okay, so we're going to start in a standing position, doing most of this except for the stretching in a standing position today. But you keep your chair handy so that if you need to stabilize yourself at any point, you can do that. All right, here we go. We're standing with our feet about hip-width apart. We're still starting with a warm-up. If you feel stable enough, you can close your eyes. Give yourselves these first few moments to transition into our practice. Taking a few deep breaths. Feeling that inhale travel throughout your entire body, all the way down your arms and legs into your hands and feet. And then we exhale it out completely. And again. A few things we want to think about during our practice today. We're going to be doing weight-bearing movement, weight-bearing exercises, poses, if you will, which again means that we are having to hold ourselves up against gravity, so our bones, our muscles are having to work harder. And we're also going to be doing some resistance training, using these weights, using some kind of resistance to help us build strength. And our ultimate goal is to help increase our bone density, help with any kind of osteoporosis or osteopenia that we're dealing with. Okay, a few more deep breaths. While we're here, relax through the forehead, relax through the jaw. We're going to begin shifting our weight side to side very gently. Just because we're weight-bearing doesn't mean that we need to go out and run a marathon. We're not going to kill ourselves with this. We're doing a gentle weight-bearing practice. Okay, when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. We're going to grab our weights, whatever you might have again, maybe cans, maybe water bottles, maybe weights, and we're going to move into a mountain pose. And as we do this, we've got our feet about hip-width apart. We're going to stand up nice and tall. We're planting our feet into the ground, rooting our feet into the ground. Okay, I like to think about spreading the ground apart with my feet. For me, that just fires up the legs all the way up. All right, so we've got strong legs. We're standing tall. We've got our weights in our arms. Again, you can close your eyes here if you'd like to. We're going to add some arm movement to this. So every time we inhale, we're going to draw the arms overhead. You have two options here. You can bring them forward and down. Or you can bring them up to the side, whichever feels more comfortable for you. And then when we're at the top, the palms or the weights, I guess, are kind of facing in and our shoulders are down. And then we lower back down. Good. So moving with the breath now. We inhale it back up. And exhale down. Good. Pause here at the bottom. Take your shoulders up to your ears. Pull them down the back body. We're locking them in, and now we're moving again. Inhale draws the arms up. Exhale, floats the arms down. Doing yoga with weights is not a very common practice. So if this is the first time, it might feel a little more strenuous on the arms. Good. All right, now we're going to shift. We're going to still be doing like a mountain. We're going to be doing like a walking mountain pose. So we're going to bring the arms in front of us, and we're going to be marching high knees. Grab a hold of the chair if you want to. And then if you want to slowly move the arms up and down, you can. Good. And let's do that one more time. Arms all the way up. And all the way down. Perfect. Okay, we're going to transition into a crescent lunge. So I'm going to be using my weights throughout the whole practice. If your arms get tired at any point, feel free to put them down. You don't have to hold on to them the whole time. I'm just trying to add some resistance training, some strength building to our practice today. So we're starting in a crescent lunge. We're going to start with one foot forward. The other foot is back maybe 18 inches to about 2 feet between the 2 feet. And all 10 toes are forward. So both feet are forward on this one. We're going to bend both knees, back heel is up, and then on this one we're going to tuck our hips under just a little bit. Okay, so we found our crescent lunge, and we are going to start. Let me give us some options here. You could keep your hands at your heart. Feels a little awkward with weights, doesn't it? Or you can take them overhead. Again, shoulders are down. We're stretching through the elbows. And then we're going to hold here. Pressing the feet into the ground to create stability here. Now we're going to push into the ground with both feet, straightening both knees, and we're going to slowly lower our arms. Again, if you've not done this with weights before, it's going to feel different from how we normally do this. So we're pushing into the ground to straighten the knees, arms lower. And then we exhale, lower back into the pose. Push into the ground to straighten. Exhale, lower. Good. Let's do one more. And exhale, lower. Good. Lower your arms to stabilize yourself. Bring that back foot in. Let's do a few marches to kind of shake out the legs a little bit. We're going to transition to the other side. I'm just going to adjust my chair. So feel free to make any adjustments you might need to. All right, here we go. Other foot forward. All 10 toes are pointed to the front. Both knees are bent, and we're scooping our hips a little bit. Okay. Again, you can take your hands to your heart. You can take them overhead. We're going to hold this pose to begin with. Pressing both feet into the ground to stabilize yourself. Now we're going to push into the ground to straighten both knees, arms lower. And exhale, lower back into the pose. And inhale. Push into the ground to straighten. When we do this, we're pushing into the ground. Continue pushing into the ground to fire up those leg muscles, making those leg muscles nice and strong. Good. Last one. Good. Now stabilize yourself. Bring that back foot in, and we're going to march it out a little bit. Good. This is allowing us to kind of shake the legs out, also transferring our weight back and forth, doing some more weight bearing. Good. All right, we're going to shift into a warrior two, probably unlike we've ever done before. Maybe you've done something like this, but as a group, we've never done it like this before. So we are going to, you might want to have your chair directly in front of you in case you need to stabilize. I'm going to put mine out of the way. I'm going to stand to one side. Let's just go through the footwork to begin with. I'm going to stand to one side. I'm going to kind of turn one foot to the side, and I'm going to step it forward and come into a warrior two leg. Usually I like to have the knee behind the foot. That may not necessarily be possible when we're doing it this way. And then we're going to step it back. So we step it forward, and then we step it back. Okay, so we step it forward, and then we're going to peel the toes up and step it back. So it's heel to toe, shift it forward, and back. All right, we're going to add some arms to this if you feel comfortable with that. Now, if this might be probably a wise decision, is if you want to put one weight down and just do maybe the front arm so you have this other hand free to stabilize yourself, you're welcome to do that. We're going to take the arms overhead. Good. Let's drop the center of mass a little bit. We're going to step the front foot forward, coming into our warrior two, arms lower. And step it back and up. Now, if you want to try it with two, you're welcome to try it with two. Here we go. We're gonna bend our knees a little bit. We're gonna step that front foot forward, shift forward into our warrior two, and back, and bring the foot in and up. Good. Let's do 3 more of these. Step the foot out, lower the arms, and back. That's 1. This one might take a little bit of practice to get the hang of it. 2. We're going to hold it on this next one. This one is also excellent for balance, and balance is so important when we think about osteoporosis as well. Now we're stepping into our warrior two. We're going to hold it here. Shift the weight back, bring that leg in and down. Give the arms a little rest. We're going to march it. So we're going to shift to the other side. And balance is important because if we have a fall with osteoporosis, the chance of us fracturing something or breaking something are obviously greater. So balance is an important part of living with osteoporosis. All right, here we go. We're going to go to the other side. Let's just do the footwork first. I'm going to turn my foot side first, and then I'm going to bend. I'm going to step it forward and shift, step it back, and pull it in. Good. Keep the core strong here, especially through the belly button area. Good. Let's do one more with just the legs. Now, here we go. Arms are up. We're going to bend the knees. We're going to step that front foot forward. Shift forward, arms down. Shift back. Pull that foot in and up. We're going to do 5 on this side. This is 2. Good. 3. And you can do any variation of this one that works for you. You can do 1 arm, you can do 2 arms, you can do no arms. 4. Good. We're going to do 1 more. We're going to hold it on this one. Holding a nice, beautiful warrior two pose. Here we go. Good work. Good. We're going to shift the weight back. We're going to pull that foot in. We're going to stand tall, and we're going to march the feet. Guess what? We're done with the weights. We're done with the cans, whatever it is that you were holding on to. So we can put these to the side, and then we're going to do a little bit of stretching. Okay, we're seated in our chairs. We are going to stretch a little bit. We want to be careful when we're thinking about osteoporosis. We want to be careful of too much bending through the spine, because if the bones are already brittle or already weak, we can cause a fracture, we can cause some damage. So we're really going to think about keeping our spine straight on these stretches. Okay, and we want to work on flexibility, because again, that impacts so many things. That helps with our balance, it helps with our stability, which, like we've already said, is so important when we're thinking about osteoporosis or weak bones. All right, here we go. I'm going to go corner to corner on my towel. I'm going to take it underneath the arch of my foot. If your towel is not long enough to do this and keep your back straight, then I would drop the towel and don't even worry about it. Okay, because the most important thing here is that we keep the back straight. So here we go. We're going to exhale. We're going to use the towel to kind of pull us forward, not down. We're pulling the heart forward. And then we inhale it up. Good. And we're going to exhale it forward. If you are not using a towel, one other thing you can do to help kind of with your alignment on this one, take your hands directly forward and reach them in front of you. Not down, but forward. Good. Let's do 2 more. Good. Let's do 1 more. We're going to hold this last one here. If you need to drop your hands, you can. Trying to keep the spine long. And let's go to the other side. So we either have the towel underneath the arch of the foot, or we're going to reach our hands directly forward. All right, here we go. Big inhale, keeping the spine long. Reach your heart forward on the exhale. Inhale it up. Good. Let's do 1 more and hold. And then let's come on up. Good. Let's take one arm out to the side, and then across the body. As we do this, we're pulling our shoulder back so we can really stretch through the shoulder, through the arm, and then the other hand comes up above the elbow for a little stretch, keeping the spine nice and long and tall here. Good. All right, other side. We're going to take the arm out to the side and across the body. Hand comes up above the elbow. We're going to make our way back in the chair. We're settling in for our last few moments of stillness and rest. Good. Just find a comfortable position in your chair. Let's take a big inhale. As we exhale, release any tension that might have built up during our time. And again, big inhale. Exhale, release. And then we're going to be still for just a few moments before I call us back together. When we've been diagnosed with certain conditions, sometimes it's easy to feel the fear of that and to stop doing everything. The important thing is to keep moving safely, but to learn how to do it in the way that benefits us the most. So in this situation, what we've done today is we've done some weight bearing. We've been standing, we've been marching, we've been shifting our weight, forcing our body to hold ourselves up against gravity. We've used some weights to build some strength. So using those going forward, those are the two principles we really want to think about when we're working with or living with osteoporosis or osteopenia. So take that from this practice, incorporate that into your everyday life. Maybe incorporate a little more walking. Maybe carrying some water bottles around when you're walking. Different ways to incorporate it, but think about how you can incorporate it to help keep your body strong, help increase your bone density, to fight off the brittleness, the fragility. All right, with that, we're going to open our eyes very slowly. We're going to take one more big inhale. Arms overhead. The arms should feel light now that we don't have any weights. We're going to shake them out all the way down. And then we're going to inhale, exhale, hands to heart. Thank you so much for joining me. I so appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.